Okay, let's get started. Just find your comfortable seats and tall. See if you can find a little more length in the spine. Let the eyes start to close, either completely or find soft gaze to the floor. Take a moment to just come in. You got on your mat, you got on the video. Now let's arrive a little more fully to just notice what there is to notice. Feel into all the sensations in the body, whether you feel the urge to label them good or bad. Just try to let go of the labels and just notice. And exploring when you a little sensation. So being curious about it, again, you don't need to judge it. It's just be curious about what you find, whether that be, something showing up in your physical body, or it might just be the connection of the body to the earth, or the hands on the legs, or even the clothing on the skin. As you wash your awareness around the body, including facial muscles, you might start to notice some things just start to drop away by just bringing your awareness to them. Just begin to feel the breath and the qualities of the breath. And begin to welcome a deeper, fuller breath, inhaling more fully into the belly, exhaling more completely, just letting the exhale grow a little longer and slower. Taking another couple of breaths here, just tuning in. Letting the body, the brain, the nervous system know that it is time for yoga. It's time to be present. And remembering that that time doesn't always happen just when we're on our mat. Yoga happens all day long, showing up fully for ourselves for the present moment. Let's come together as one, bring palms together in front of your heart, let the heart reach up towards the thumbs. Let's take a nice cleansing breath together, nice full inhale. Big audible exhale. Gently release the arms down by your side. Sit up nice and tall, feel the legs on the earth, and just ask yourself what it is you need. And then listen. Whatever you hear, turn that into an affirmation. So just bringing it in as though that it's something that you already have, something that already exists, and create it as something that can carry you throughout your practice today. Maybe just on the mat, maybe on and off the mat, maybe just off the mat later. Whatever it is, make it a positive intention, beginning maybe with the word I am, if that works. And whatever it is, go ahead and take one more breath for yourself, bringing that intention more fully into the body. And exhale, receiving it. Please very mindfully make your way to tabletop. Feel free to pad your knees if that works better for you. Spread your fingers nice and wide, root down through your fingertips. Get yourself settled in. Roll the shoulders out of the ears. Pull up behind the heart, pull up behind the belly button. And really ground down through the shins. If it feels better to curl the toes under, feel free to do that. Whatever serves you best in this moment. Let's move through a little gentle cat-cow. Take it really slow. Inhale, open the heart, mindfully pull the shoulders back. Look up just a bit, but don't look up all the way, straightening the neck. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, pull the heart up, pull the belly up, press the earth away. Inhale, start to tilt the tailbone with that unraveling, come all the way to the top of the head. Open the heart. And then exhale, start at the tailbone, round the tailbone, press up behind the belly button, up behind the heart, tuck the chin, press the earth away. Keep going, find your groove, take it slow and mindful. Feel free to let it deepen as it does naturally. Please make sure there's a micro bend in your elbows. and a softness in your jaw. Next time you find yourself in neutral, stay there. Try not to collapse into the shoulders. Keep the heart lifted, the belly lifted. And we're just going to look over the left shoulder, just moving the head, not the whole spine. So look to the left and then turn the head and look to the right. Bring the face back down through center. Tuck the chin, look towards your belly button. And then lift the gaze. Again, just moving the neck. Look out in front of you. And then take the gaze down. We're going to send the hips back for just a moment in child's pose. We're not fully coming into it just yet. Just bring the hips back. And then elbows glue down towards the floor and squeeze and lift. Opening the heart. Look out in front of you. Exhale, round the spine. Pull those hips back to the heels. Inhale, elbows down. Scoop the heart forward. And lift. Let's do that one more time. When you're back in tabletop, this time we're going to look over the right shoulder, let the whole spine open to a C curve. Let the hip move over to the right. So we're bringing the right hip and right shoulder closer to each other. Look back there, take another breath. And then come back through center and start to look over the left shoulder. Let the left hip come closer to the shoulder, open up the right side of the body. And then come back through center. When you curl the toes under, if they're not curled under already, press the hips towards the heels. Use the fingertips to press your mat away from you, sending the hips more towards your heels, getting into the bottoms of the feet. You might wiggle the hips a little. Just take a few deep, full breaths. You can always support the head. Breathe into the openings in the bottoms of the feet. Inhale, lift yourself back up into tabletop. Release your feet, give them a little bang on the floor to let all that go. And then we'll take those knees a little wider, this time melt into your child's pose. Maybe let the palms face up, take the arms nice and wide, drop the forehead to the earth. Wiggle the hips a little bit to let them melt deeper towards the heels, and just take a few good breaths here. Remember, if there was an intention or affirmation you're working with, bring that in. Breathe it in, feel it in your body, see it in your mind's eye as your reality. Another nice full breath in, full breath out. Let the palms face down. Come up onto fingertips, lift the elbows, draw the shoulder blades back. The chin tucks a little bit, and the head reaches forward. Now pull the ribs in and up so we're not dropping into the thighs. A little bit more of an active child's pose. Take another breath here. Begin to walk the hands over to the right a little bit. And then let's drop everything down, head between the biceps. Let the left fingertips stretch out a little more. Take a nice full breath in, full breath out. And then begin to lift up, walk yourself back through center. Take the hands over to the left, walk the right fingertips a little further away, and drop the head between the biceps. Nice full breath into the right side of the body. Begin to lift up, bring yourself back through center. Then we lift all the way up into tabletop. Bring the knees under the hips. Walk those hands forward a little bit. So now the hands are in front of the shoulders. Shoulders come over the wrists. Hips over heels. I'm sorry, hips in front of the knees. Hold the tummy in. Another breath here. And we'll just find a couple circles with the hips. Let's send those hips over to the side, the back, the side, and the front. Let those circles be big or small. Stay connected inward. Use your breath. Feel what you feel. Do what feels right to you, and switch directions. Next time your shoulders are over your wrists, stay there. Keep pulling the low tummy in. Try not to drop those hips. Keep them lifted. Ground through the fingertips. Let's curl those toes. Lift the knees for plank. And we'll just press straight back into down dog. Keep the knees nice and bent for starting. Maybe walk it out a little bit. Take a few good breaths. As you settle in, remember we're just getting going, so be gentle and kind, as you should be always. Let's let the joints be soft. Take a nice full breath in, full breath out. Come forward into plank. Lower the knees. Lower down into the earth. We'll all stay here for a moment. Just let your arms come forward, coming into Sphinx. Spreading the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Pull the floor towards you. Lift the crown of the head. Now pull the low tummy in so you feel the tailbone draw towards the heels. Take a few breaths here. Nice slow exhale, letting everything start to soften. Another full inhale, full exhale. Tuck the chin. We'll find a couple little neck circles. Just go slowly and gently. It might feel very different in this shape. And then go in the opposite direction. When you come to center, roll those shoulders back, open the heart just a bit more. Take a nice full breath in, full breath out. Let the elbows come to the side and just take a moment to rest on the earth. Feel the rush of energy and blood to the lower back. Nice full inhale, full exhale. Then bring the hands underneath the shoulders, curl the toes, lift up into plank. Press back, downward facing dog. Hang out in your down dog. See if you can make any changes that make this posture in this moment a little more wonderful. Begin to bend your knees, slowly bending your knees, slowly shifting shoulders over wrists, and release the knees to the floor. Uncurl the toes. We find ourselves back into tabletop. We're going to take that left arm, sweep it out to the side, maybe up to the ceiling. We're going to thread the needle, but let's not collapse. Just reach the fingertips to the wall to the right. Look under your right armpit, and then press down and lift all the way back. Do it again. Take it under, look under the right armpit, reach, and then reach all the way back. And then this time we'll come into our thread the needle, left cheek, left shoulder, come to the floor. Coming up onto the right fingertips, open up that shoulder, the armpit, take a few good breaths here. Soften the jaw. If you decide to lift the right hand, let it rest on your low back, but keep that shoulder rolling open. So, another full breath in, full breath out. Take the right hand, root down in front of the face. Press down and float the left arm all the way up. And then release it to the earth, back into tabletop. Let's take that right leg. We're going to extend the right leg behind you. Square the hips. Energize the foot. Press energy out that heel and pull the tummy in. Take that right leg out to the side, keeping it straight if you can, and keeping it lifted, toes point forward. And then mindfully place the foot down and seal the pinky edge of the foot to the floor. Little cat-cow here. Inhale, open the heart, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, open the heart. And round the spine, tuck the chin. Feel free to stay with those cat-cows if that feels good to you, or walk the hands forward, melt the heart. You can also drop elbows here if that feels better for you and your body. Taking another full breath here. The head and the heart. Go ahead and lift the head and heart just enough to be more like down dog. Pull those shoulders back, pull the tummy in, take another breath. And then walk the hands under the shoulders, lifting upright. Let's take that right leg. We're going to lift it up to the side. Take it back behind you, square those hips. Knee to nose, round in. Send it back. One more, knee to nose, round in. Send it back. And then place that knee down. Good. Take a moment in cat-cow or child's pose, or feel free to press up into downward facing dog. Take just a couple breaths while I take off a layer. And then make your way back into tabletop. As you arrive in tabletop, take the right arm out to the side, maybe up towards the ceiling. And then thread the needle, but don't collapse. Just reach for the wall to the left and look under your armpit to the wall. Then inhale, open. Exhale, take it under. Reach, reach, reach. And then open. And this time we'll release all the way to the floor. Use your left fingertips into the floor to spiral you open a little. Another full breath in, full breath out. Left hand roots in front of the face, right arm floats all the way up. We'll come back to your tabletop. Settle in, pull up behind the heart, pull up behind the belly button, and extend the left leg behind you. Foot's flexed, press energy out the heel. Mindfully pull that leg out to the side. Keep it lifted if you can, and then release the foot down. Seal the pinky edge of the foot to the floor. Little cat-cow here. Then inhale to neutral, and you decide either continue with cat-cow or start to walk those hands forward. Drop the head and heart. Keep those hips reaching up and back. Nice full breath here. Lift the head off the floor. Roll the shoulders back. It's like down dog in the upper body. Everything's pulling in and up. Nice full breath. Start to lift the head and the heart. Bring those hands under the shoulders. Left leg lifts. And we slide it back. Square the hips. Knee to nose. Round the spine. Inhale, extend. And then bring it in one more time. And extend. Release that knee down. Then press back into child's pose. Just wiggle the hips. You might find some wrist circles. Whatever you choose, take a nice full breath in, full breath out. Round the hands, reach them forward. Inhale, come up through tabletop. Curl the toes all the way up into down dog. And then we shift forward into plank. Lower the knees and gently lower to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. 2 more times. Baby cobra or higher, if that feels ready in your body. When you land, curl those toes under. Engage your quads to lift the knees off the floor. Press through the hands, pull the tummy in. Don't think too hard about it. Press up into plank. Squeeze to the middle line, get your inner fire going a little more. Hips up and back, down dog. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Look forward to the top of the mat. Walk the feet forward. Ground through those feet, bend the knees, release the head. Let the belly rest on the thighs. The knees can be bent a lot here, it's fine. Shake the head yes and no. Bring a little letting go. Grounding down through those feet, engage your glutes. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Good. One more time. As you inhale, lift up. Take those shoulders, roll them to the ears, roll them up towards the ceiling and back. So you really start to reach out the crown of the head. And then exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Take it all the way up. Bend those knees when you come up. Hands to the heart. Take a moment here to arrive a little more fully. Reconnect with your breath. Feel your feet on the earth. Inhale, sweep both arms to the sky. As you exhale, keep those hips squared to the front of the room. Left arm's going to come forward. Right arm's going to go back. And we open the heart to the side. Check in. Is that right hip pulling back? Can you pull it forward? Square those hips. Let the heart open and the upper back. One more breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms together, right through center, forward fold. Might shake the head yes and no, releasing the tension in the neck. Round through the feet, send the tailbone up a little bit more if it feels ready. Another full lengthy breath. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, bend those knees, fire up the glutes. Take it all the way up, and then pull it right into your heart. Nice cleansing breath here for the feet on the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Right arm forward, left arm back. Nice high twist. Pull that left hip forward so the hips are squared forward. Try not to lock your knees. Open the heart to the left. You can turn your gaze there as well. Take another breath. Inhale, reach those arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to take the hands to the low back. Fingertips point down. The hands might rest more on the top of your bum. Roll the shoulders back. It's like a little shelf there. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Squeeze elbows together. Lift the chin, slide, lift the heart, pull up the tummy in. Try not to send the hips forward. Keep a little bend in the knees. One more breath. Bend those knees. Inhale, sweep that good energy all the way up. Exhale through center, forward fold. Ground through the hands. Walk it all the way back, down dog. Either hang out in down dog or we'll move through our vinyasa. Move through your vinyasa your way. As you arrive, take a nice full breath in and full breath out. Extend your left leg behind you. Keep the hips square, lift the heel a little bit more maybe. And let's bring that knee to the nose. Shift forward into plank, knee to nose. Send the left leg straight back behind you. And step it all the way forward. Settle into your lunge. Ground down. Nice full breath here. Go release the back knee to the floor, uncurl the toes, and take those arms all the way up. You can always rest them on the front thigh. Find your drishti. If you choose to take them up, take those shoulders out of the ears, pull the low tummy in, everybody. Another breath here. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. So this is very grounding and stabilizing for the legs. It can take a lot of strength and stability. If you'd rather keep the hands on the floor, maybe use blocks. That could be helpful here. But if you want to try it with the hands at the heart, really squeeze those inner thighs together. We're going to take the hips back, lift the toes of the left foot, ground through that left heel, hinge forward. Breathe. And then inhale, lift the heart, bend the knee, place the foot back to the floor. Let the hips come forward a little bit. Squeeze those inner thighs together. One more time, hips back, lift the left toes, keep that left hip pulling back, hinge forward. Lift the heart, bend the knee, place that foot to the floor. Good. Inhale, reach those arms to the sky. Exhale, clasp the hands behind you, maybe knuckles pull down, open the heart. Nice full breath. Bring your awareness to what's connected to the earth and pull that energy all the way up. Release the arms, take them to the sky, and hands come down. Curl the back toe, lift the back knee. Right hand, roots to the floor. Left arm's going to come up to the side, little twist. Nice full breath here. Left arm melts down. We step it all the way back, plank. We can move through a vinyasa or go straight into dog or child's pose. As you arrive, extend the right leg behind you. Bring the knee to the nose, shift forward into plank, squeeze. Send the leg straight back. Step it forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Take some time to get settled into your lunge. Gently release the back knee down. Uncurl the toes. Squeeze those inner thighs together, either hands to the front thigh or take them all the way up. Let the low tummy pull in. Let that right knee bend a little bit. One more breath here. Hands to the heart. Ground through the legs. Start to pull the hips back. Lift the right toes. Ground through that right heel. And hinge forward. Breath. Inhale, lift the heart. Bend the front knee. Place that foot back down. Good. Let's do that one more time. Hips go back. Straightening the front leg. Lift the front toes. Hinge forward. Yeah. And then lift the heart, bend the front knee, place that foot back down. Reach those arms to the sky and exhale, clasp the hands behind you. Open the heart. Nice full breath here. Don't collapse into the hips. Keep some integrity in the muscles. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, hands down, either side of that front foot. Curl the back toe. Lift the back knee. Left hand grounds down, right arm lifts. Little twist. Full breath in, full breath in. Release the right hand to the ground. Step it back, plank. So I'll take a breath here. Squeeze to the middle line. Out of vinyasa, if you want it, we'll all meet in down dog. Nice full inhale, full exhale. Left leg lifts. Left knee to left elbow, pull in and send it back. Left knee to right elbow and send it back. Step that left leg forward. Open it forward if it needs it. Let those feet come a little wider if that gives you more stability. And then ground down and lift up for your high lunge. As you make your way, see where things are at for you today. If you could straighten the back leg a little more and that feels safe for your low back or hips, go for it. If not, keep a little bit. Another breath here. Bring the hands to the heart. We're going to hinge forward a little bit. Right elbow is going to come to the left knee. Little twist. Press the palms together. Lift the heart towards the thumbs. Find a new drishti. One more breath. Ground through the feet. Inhale, lift up. Unwind and release that back heel down. Warrior two. Settle in. Nice full breath here. Flip the front palm, reverse it. Don't change anything in the legs. Bring yourself all the way around to side angle. Left arm, left thigh, right arm sweeps up and over. Good. If you'd like to stay here, stay here. If you want to find more strength, start to engage, lift that left elbow off the thigh a little bit, and maybe let the left fingertips reach forward. Another breath. Ground through the legs. Come back into warrior two. Let's take all 10 toes to the long edge of the mat. Swan dive, forward fold. Release the head, shake it yes, no. Walk the hands towards the alignment with the feet. Notice if the weight is in your heels or your toes, maybe find a little more balance between the two. Another full breath. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Ground through the feet, bend the knees. Start to lift the torso halfway, bring your hands to your hips, come all the way up. Good. Right toes are going to point out a little bit. We're going to bend that right knee. Start to send the hips back, hinge forward. It's a high skandasana. Good. Another breath here. Let the torso be maybe parallel to the floor. If that suits you, pull the tummy in. One more breath. I know I say that all the time. It's got to be annoying. Press down, lift up, come back through center. Good. Left toes point forward, bend the left knee, warrior two. And a cartwheel down. Back heel lifts. Step it back, plank. Let's all hang out in plank for a breath. Bring everything back into alignment. And either move through vinyasa or go right back into down dog. As you feel ready, extend the right leg behind. Knee to right elbow, squeeze. Send it back. Knee to left elbow, squeeze. And send it back. Step that leg all the way forward. Find your foundation. Find the integrity coming up from the foundation, and then float all the way up for your high lunge. Check in if that back leg can straighten or if keeping it bent today serves you better. Bring your hands to your heart. Left hand to right knee. Little twist. You press the palms together. I didn't mention this before. I like to do a fist with my top hand and an open bottom hand. Takes a little more pressure off the wrist. Yeah. Ground through the feet. Inhale, lift all the way up. Reach those arms to the sky. Back heel draws down. You settle in to warrior two. Nice full breath here. Flip the front palm, reverse it. Breathe into that right armpit, right ribs. Try not to release the legs, keep them as they are. Back through warrior two. Forearm to thigh, left arm sweeps up and over, side angle. Root down through the pinky edge of the left foot. Find length in that left side body. Keep that shoulder rolling open. Ground through the legs. Pull up off of the right thigh, even just a little bit. And then maybe that right arm comes forward. We find even more core strength. Whatever works for you is perfect. Release the arms, come back into warrior two. And then all 10 toes to the long edge of the mat. Take a nice full breath here. Swan dive, forward fold. Yep, we're going there. Nice full breath, release the head, shake it yes, shake it no. Walk the hands forward for a wide leg down dog. Take those hands forward, pull the hips back, drop the head between the biceps. Big breath in, big breath out. Sorry if you can hear the dogs, apparently there's FedEx outside. Nice full breath. Inhale, lift the head, the heart, bring those hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to ground through the left hand, and the right arm is going to float up to the side. Open up. Good. Release that right arm. We're doing both sides, so don't worry if it's the same as mine. And take the other arm up. And then release that arm. Bend the knees, ground through the feet, squeeze the glutes, the inner thighs. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten yourself all the way up. Good. Left toes point out. We're going to bend the left knee. Let that knee flow over the toes. It's going in the direction of the toes. Send the hips back, hinge forward. Similar to chair pose in a way. High skandasana. You can take it lower if that feels better for you. Another breath here. Then inhale, lift up, straighten the legs. Right toes go forward. Warrior two. Nice full breath here. Let's cartwheel down. Back heel lifts. Step it all the way back. Plank. Take a moment and plank. Either move through vinyasa, go into down dog, take a few breaths in child's pose. Whatever serves you, even sitting on the heels for a few breaths. One of my favorites. Just be with your breath, be with your body, with whatever choices you make. Listen to what your body has to say about your choice. Let's take another full breath here. Make your way back into down dog if you'd like to join in. Lift the heels, bend the knees, send the hips back a little further. Another breath. Look to the front of the mat, walk the feet forward, coming to a forward fold at the top of the mat. Let the head go. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Let the tailbone lift. Ground through the feet, maybe clasp elbows. You might roll a little from side to side. Sway, I guess, is a better word. And then come to stillness. Take a nice full inhale, full exhale. Release the arms. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the right leg. I'm going to take that right foot out to the side and forward a little bit, and the heel draws down. So the right toes are pointing to the front right corner of the mat. Square the hips. Be mindful of that back knee. Ground down, come up. Warrior one. Make adjustments as needed. Relax shoulders, soften jaw. Feel free to stay here. You can take hands to the low back. Squeeze shoulder blades, open the heart, knuckles and shoulder blades roll down the spine. Open the heart and lift the gaze. Feel free to stay here. Or hinge forward. Heart to the inside of the left knee. Gaze out in front of the left toes. Fingers and knuckles reaching the wall. Or drop the gaze to the back. Lift the knuckles up. Release the head. Another 2 breaths. Effort and ease. Ground through the feet. Squeeze inner thighs. Find your glutes and your core and lift all the way up. If you have the arms clasped, release them. And take the hands down around your front foot. So step it forward, forward fold. Bend your knees generously. Ground through the legs. Squeeze those glutes. Pull the belly in and roll up slowly. Keep those knees bent. Once the head lifts, you can straighten out the legs with a micro bend. Roll the shoulders. Open the heart. Tadasana. Nice full breath in. Full breath out. Sweep the arms to the sky. You might take the feet together here. Reach all the way up and over to the left. Go either direction. We'll be doing both sides. Ground down through the feet. One more breath here. Inhale, lift up. Other side. Ground through the feet. Open up. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, just float the arms down. Start with the shoulders, roll them open, let the heart lift, palms face forward. Let the eyes soften, feel what you feel. Notice the energy, the openings, any emotions. Another breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale through center, forward fold. We'll step back with the left leg. Let that foot step out, put the heel down. Got warrior one legs. Come all the way up for your full warrior one. Have a breath here. Always welcome to stay here. Or take the hands to the low back. Let's find the opposite clasp. So whatever's not natural. Clasp that way, it'll feel a little funny. Bring the palms together, squeeze shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Maybe the knuckles start to go down. Lift the heart, pull the tummy in. Maybe the gaze goes up. Feel free to stay here or start to hinge. Letting the heart come to the inside of that right knee. The gaze is forward, knuckles are back. Or release the head and let the knuckles go up towards the ceiling. Effort and ease. Ground through the feet. Bring everything to the party to come all the way up. Release the arms, take them to the sky. And exhale, hands down. Step that back foot forward, forward fold. Release the head. Shake it yes, shake it no. Bend the knees. Roll up slowly. Keep those knees bent. Feel each micro movement. Once the head lifts, roll the shoulders. Open. Take up some space. Reconnect to present moment. Your breath, your body. Letting that exhale grow a little longer. Letting yourself be with the pause after the exhale. Yeah. Inhale, hands to the heart. And just do a little bit of balance here. Bring the feet together, not all the way, just hip distance. Good. I don't know if you can hear it, but the dogs are going crazy. I guess it is the season for deliveries, right? Right leg grounds down. Let's lift the left heel. Don't rock that right knee. Let there be a micro bend. And then either stay there or bring the sole of the foot to the inner ankle. And come into tree. Let's do it nice and slow and mindfully. Feel free to stay just like this or slide that foot up to the inner calf. Feel free to stay there or slide up higher above the knee to the inner thigh. Good. Lots of options for hand placement. I'm going to make a suggestion today. And let's take the left arm and take the top of the hand and place it on top of the thigh. The right arm reaches up. Yep. So long leg, long arm. And then reach those right fingertips up and over so we get a little C curve in the spine. Another breath here. Go ahead and come up and out. Release your hands. Bring that knee forward and step out. Let yourself let all that go. If you were anything like me in that, it was really not very grounded for me. I'm not surprised. I'm not feeling very grounded this morning. So my tree shows it with a little more wobbling, but that's okay. Here I am, 2 feet on the earth. My breath. Let it go. Be here now, in my body, in my breath, in this moment. Let's bring your hands, excuse me, bring your hands to your heart. We'll ground down through the left leg. Find that micro bend, lift the right heel. Slowly take the knee out to the side so the sole of the foot's at the ankle. Find your drishti. Remember, both sides are very different, so you might stay there on the side. You might lift the foot, the inner calf. You might lift the foot all the way up to the inner thigh. Stay grounded in that left leg as best you can. If you fall out, no big whoop. Just take a moment to recenter, breathe, come back in. Feel free to stay there or make any arm expression that feels good to you. If you want to follow what I'm doing, left arm goes straight up, right arm rests palm up on the right thigh, and then reach up and over. Try to keep the shoulder relaxed. Another breath. Good. Up and attempting to come out mindfully. Doesn't need to be perfect. None of us are. So at the same time, we all are perfect. I love that saying. Let's roll the shoulders, open the heart. Let's let it all go with a big breath in and a big breath out. Let's sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale through center, forward fold. Ground through the hands, step all the way back to down dog. We've got a vinyasa in if you want it. Another full breath here. We're all going to come forward into plank. Lower the knees. Slowly, we're going to lower down, but let's start by lowering the thighs. Bend the elbows so it's not too intense on the low back. Lower the hips, the belly, the ribs, and the chest. All the way to the earth. Let's just take a breath here. Relax the arms. Nice full inhale. Big exhale. Let's feel the connection of the body to the ground. So you might take the arms out from the shoulders, palms face down. They don't need to be up as high as the shoulders. They can be lower if that feels better for you. Let's see if I can move some things around so I can get my arm there. And then we're going to take the right leg, bend the knee, and bring it out to the side. So the knee is about as high as the hip, maybe. Push the shin further away, wiggle the hips so that right hip melts towards the floor. Feel free to stay like this. I love this. It's like an earth hug. Feel your heart beating. Take nice full breaths. If you want to open up deeper, I'll offer an option. Bring the head through center, bring the arms to Sphinx. Come in slowly. As that right hip, place that could be quite intense for some. Roll the shoulders. Body's in Sphinx. That right hip is melting towards the floor. Wherever you choose to be, stay here, or even come back into your earth hug if that serves you better. You always have the right to change your mind. Questions asked. Just remember that you never need to explain if you're moving in your truth. Wherever you are, use your breath to soften your nice, long, slow exhales. If you're in Sphinx, you'll start to let the elbows come wide, rest down on your cheek. Take a nice full breath in and a full breath out. You can just slide the right leg back to meet the other. And then just stabilizing in center, you might lift that right leg up and back, the left leg up and back. And then you might bend the knees and find a little windshield wiper. Okay. Let's go ahead and release the legs down. Take those arms wide. Again, come to the opposite cheek, so your right cheek. And then bring that left knee up. I'm not staying on my right cheek just so I can watch you guys. Let that left knee come up. Push the shin more towards the wall. Let the hips spread. Take a breath there. Be with your earth hug. Your little teeny body on this big, giant earth. And just let yourself be held there. Feel free to stay there or come into Sphinx in the upper body. And again, letting the hip melt down. And with your exhale, let things soften. If you're in Sphinx, you might start to lower down, elbows come wide, and just rest for a moment. And we'll all push that left leg to meet the right. You might lift and pull back just to find that traction realignment back in. And feel free to bend the knees and windshield wiper a little bit. Let the knees drop down. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Gently press up to tabletop. And take your time coming back into chest. Come in slowly with the spine settle. When you get there, have a nice full breath in. And full breath out. You root your hands down and slowly bring them in as you lift your torso up. Bring your knees in. If you want to put a block between your feet to sit on, or come to sit on your heels, with the eyes just closed. Just feel in your body. And it's a sensation. So much information that our body can give us. Don't look for any answers. Don't look for anything. Just be with the sensations in your body in this very moment. Intentionally bring the breath in and let it come out. One more full intentional breath in and breath out. And mindfully let the hips come over to one side. Bring the feet forward. Scoop to the middle of your mat. And let the soles of the feet come together, the knees come wide. If you want to support the knees or the thighs, you can put a little block or pillow underneath them. I like to do that so I don't hyperextend. And then sit up nice and tall. You can bring hands to the ankles, roll the shoulders back, lift up. If you want to stay there, feel free. If you want to hinge forward, you might even grab an extra pillow or blanket or bolster, whatever you have to settle in. Give yourself support, support the chest and the head. And just allow a little letting go here. With every exhale, release something. Soften the jaws, soften the face. One more full breath. We're down through the hands, press the earth away, slowly stack the vertebrae one on top of the other. Use your core strength, keep your belly in nice and tight. Lift the head, slowly roll the shoulders. Stay connected inside. As you arrive, you're gonna fire up the inner thighs a little bit, so keep the legs as they are. You might have to scoot yourself forward because we're gonna come back onto our mats. Just gonna lift the knees so they're a little more engaged. Releasing to gravity, you're gonna lift the knees, inner thighs are engaged here. Soles of the feet are still touching. Lift the heart, reach the arms forward like you're holding a ball or a block out in front of you. Pull the tummy in, round the spine, keep those inner thighs fired up so the knees are lifted a little bit, and slowly lower down. Let them lower nice and slow. At any point, you have your elbows for a little more assistance. As you come down, when your ribs hit the floor, at that point, bring the knees up, take the soles of the feet to the floor, and just lower all the way down. When you get there, let's take the feet as wide as your mat. Little windshield wiper. Feel free to take the arms up and over the head. That can feel really good sometimes. Let's move some of that around. And if you're loving the windshield wiper, feel free to stay with that. Or pause and center and just let the knees knock in. The arms come back down by your side. They can even rest on the belly. Just take a nice full belly breath. And then exhale to receive the earth underneath. Feel what you feel. Walk the feet in so now they're hip distance. Send the right leg straight towards the ceiling. Make some circles with the ankle. Nice and slow. In the other direction. And then we'll cross the ankle over the thigh. Gently press the right knee away from you. Either stay there or pull the left knee in towards your chest. Nice few breaths here. your breath to be your grounding force. We'll take 3 more breaths here. If you'd like to straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling, come into this maybe a little bit deeper or differently. Feel free to try it. And then releasing that left foot. We're going to seal the thighs. Just cross the legs a little tighter. Take the arms out wide. Bring the knees in towards the chest. We're coming into a twist. So if having the legs crossed like this is too intense, then just uncross them and we'll keep the knees stacked. We're going to take the knees over to the left. Just gently release that right arm down. Take a few mindful breaths and then give yourself permission to just let go into the shape. Let the body show up however it shows up. And your job is to observe, witness, and listen. Not analyze, not judge, not critique. Just show up. Soften the jaw, let the eyes close if that feels good. You might even lift the head a little bit and turn the gaze over to the right fingertips, drop it back down. Wow, another 2 mindful breaths. Next inhale, start to fire up the core as you exhale. Bring those knees back up through center. If they are crossed, you can uncross them. And then maybe a little rock and roll. Might even feel good to place the hands on the knees and do a couple of wide circles, 2 different directions with the hips. In the opposite direction. And then place the feet to the floor. Let's just take a nice full breath here. Send the left leg straight up. Make some gentle circles with the ankle. In the other direction. Cross ankle over right thigh. Push the left knee away from you. Flex the left foot and maybe pull the right knee into the chest. Soften jaw, face, shoulders. And breathe. Mindfully breathing in, mindfully breathing out. You might choose to stay there or extend the right leg straight up. And if the right leg is straight, go ahead and bend it. We'll release the right foot to the floor. Might seal the thighs here. Pull the knees into the chest. Arms go wide. And the knees come down to the right. Again, if that's too intense or doesn't work for your body, stack the knees one on top of the other for a more traditional twist. Soften the jaw. Let yourself settle in. If you want to deepen, just lift the head, look over to the left, drop it back down gently into the neck a little bit more. And just welcome another full breath in and out. And your next inhale, start to fire up the core. And as you exhale, start to bring the legs back through center. Unwind the legs or uncross them and find a little windshield wiper or a rock and roll, or even some of those circles again with the hips if that feels good. Press the feet to the floor. Take a breath, big inhale, big exhale. We'll do 3 moving bridge just to bring everything back into center, back into alignment. Ground through the feet, hands down by your side. If you have a little ponytail in, you might loosen it. And inhale, lift the hips slowly. Any amount works. Ground through the feet, ground through the arms. Maybe lift the ribs and the heart a little. And then exhale, lower down slowly. Use your core to lower you down 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And 1 more. Take your time lowering down. When you arrive, no rush. Deep belly breath. Big releasing exhale. And bring your knees into the chest. Little rock and roll. And go ahead and release everything to the earth for Shavasana. Make yourself comfortable if you want to put a layer back on, or a blanket or something under the legs. Let the palms face up. Roll those shoulder blades down the back so the palms face up comes from the shoulders opening. Allow a big breath to come in and a bigger breath to go out. Feel the body drop into the support of the earth. Allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to drop in, release, control, find some surrender. Even just witness the gentle flow of your breath. Gently bring awareness in. Feel your body, feel your breath. Just feel, witness, notice. You might start to bring some gentle movement in, feeling each little micro movement as you allow the body to move organically into a bigger stretch. As you find your bigger stretch, eventually you might roll over to one side and take a few moments resting on the bottom arm. Feel the support of the earth. Breathe into the back of your heart. Be with the pause between each breath. If there's an intention that you're working with, that you'd like to embody for the rest of your day, bring that in now, bring it into your mind, bring it into your heart, bring it into your mouth. Say it to yourself. And gently press yourself all the way upright. Find a comfortable seat. Stay connected inward. As you find your seat, find a longer, taller spine. Reconnect to your breath. Feel into your body, sensation, awareness of body and breath here and now. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. Let the heart lift up towards the thumbs, the shoulders roll back. Please join me and everyone else we're practicing with and others around the world with a nice cleansing breath. Full inhale to the belly. Big releasing exhale. And we bow down to that place that unites and connects us all. Namaste.